Baby Daddy for Hire. The story begins in the vibrant and bustling city of Freetown, Sierra Leone. The scene is set in a modest yet cozy apartment in the heart of the city. The apartment is small but well kept, with simple furniture, colorful African fabrics draped over the sofas, and a few family photos hanging on the walls. Outside, the sound of children playing and vendors shouting can be heard, blending with the distant hum of traffic. Aminata Karoma, a young, beautiful woman in her late 20s with deep brown skin, big, expressive eyes, and a slender frame. She's wearing a traditional lapa and blouse, her hair tied in a colorful headscarf. Aminata is strong-willed, intelligent, and independent, but life has thrown her some tough challenges. Kabba Kamara, a tall, handsome man in his early 30s with a muscular build, dark skin, and a charming smile. He's dressed casually in a t-shirt and jeans. Kabba is known for his street smarts, quick wit, and a reputation as a bit of a ladies' man, though he's been trying to change his ways. The offer Aminata is sitting on the couch, nervously twisting the fabric of her lapa. She's deep in thought when the doorbell rings. She takes a deep breath and opens the door to find Kabba standing there, holding a bouquet of flowers. He flashes his trademark grin, but Aminata's expression remains serious. Kabba, with a playful smile. I brought these for you, Aminata. Thought they might brighten your day. Aminata, taking the flowers but not smiling. Thank you, Kabba, but we need to talk. Sit down. Kabba, sensing the tension, his smile fades as he sits down. What's on your mind? Aminata, sitting across from him, her tone serious. Kabba, I know we've had our fun in the past, but I'm not here for that. I need your help with something serious. Kabba, raising an eyebrow, intrigued. Serious? What kind of help? Aminata, taking a deep breath, hesitating. I need you to be the father of my child. Not for real, but just for show. My family is pressuring me to settle down, and I need someone they'll approve of. Kabba, leaning back, surprised. You want me to pretend to be your baby daddy? Aminata, nodding, her eyes pleading. Just for a while, until they back off. You're the only one I trust with this. The agreement Kabba is taken aback by Aminata's request, but he sees the desperation in her eyes. He knows how much family means to her, and though he's never been one to settle down, he feels compelled to help her out. Kabba, after a long pause, nodding slowly. All right, Aminata, I'll do it. But you owe me dinner, and I get to choose the place. Aminata, relieved, smiling for the first time. Deal. Thank you, Kabba. You don't know how much this means to me. Kabba, grinning, trying to lighten the mood. Don't thank me yet. This could get complicated. Aminata, laughing softly. What could go wrong? The complications. Days turn into weeks, and Kabba starts playing the role of Aminata's devoted boyfriend. They attend family gatherings together, and Kabba impresses everyone with his charm and easygoing nature. But things start to get complicated when Kabba realizes that pretending to be a family man is harder than he thought, especially when Aminata's strict and traditional parents, Mr. and Mrs. Karoma, start asking difficult questions. Mr. Karoma, a stern-looking man in his 60s with a full head of white hair, dressed in a traditional bubu. He is proud, wise, and deeply concerned about his daughter's future. Mrs. Karoma, a warm but firm woman in her late 50s, wearing a colorful African print dress. She is caring, but her traditional values make her a tough person to please. Mr. Karoma, eyeing Kabba suspiciously. So, Kabba, what are your intentions with our daughter? You know she's not getting any younger. Kabba, nervously. Well, sir, I'm very serious about Aminata. I just want to make her happy. Mrs. Karoma, smiling, but with a hint of doubt. And what do you do for a living, Kabba? Can you provide for a family? Kabba, trying to maintain his composure. I'm in between jobs at the moment, but I'm working on something big. Just need a little more time. Aminata, quickly interjecting, trying to save the situation. Kabba is very ambitious, Mama. He has big plans. The unexpected twist. As Kabba and Aminata continue their charade, they start to develop real feelings for each other. However, just as things seem to be going well, an unexpected twist occurs. Aminata's ex-boyfriend Lamin returns to Freetown, determined to win her back. Lamin is everything Kabba isn't: wealthy, successful, and with a long history with Aminata. He's not willing to let her go without a fight. Lamin Bangura, a tall, well-dressed man in his early 30s, with a confident demeanor and a wealthy background. He has sharp features, a well-groomed beard, and an air of arrogance. Lamin is used to getting what he wants, and he's not above using his influence to get Aminata back. Lamin, appearing at Aminata's door with a bouquet of expensive roses. Aminata, I'm back. I've missed you, and I know you've missed me too. Aminata, taken aback, her heart racing. Lamin, what are you doing here? Lamin, smirking, stepping closer. I came back for you. I made a mistake leaving, and I want to make things right. Come back to me, Aminata. Kabba, arriving just in time to see Lamin talking to Aminata, feeling a pang of jealousy. What's going on here? The showdown. The arrival of Lamin has thrown a wrench into Kabba and Aminata's plan. The tension between Kabba and Lamin is palpable, and Aminata is caught in the middle. That evening, the three of them meet at Aminata's apartment to clear the air. The atmosphere is thick with unspoken emotions and unresolved history. Kabba, trying to keep his cool, but his jealousy is evident. So, Lamin, what exactly are you doing here after all this time? Aminata moved on, and so should you. Lamin, smirking, his confidence unshaken. I'm here because Aminata deserves better than this charade. I can offer her the life she deserves, the life she always wanted. Aminata, frustrated, raising her voice. Stop it, both of you. This isn't about who can offer me what. Kabba, you agreed to help me. And Lamin, you left me when I needed you most. I'm not some prize to be won. Kabba, softening, realizing his mistake. You're right, Aminata. I'm sorry. This isn't fair to you. Lamin, stepping closer to Aminata, his voice gentle. Aminata, I know I made mistakes, but I've changed. Let me prove it to you. Let me show you that we can still have a future together. Aminata's dilemma. After the confrontation, Aminata is left alone with her thoughts. She sits by the window, staring out into the city, wondering how her life became so complicated. Her heart is torn between the comfort of what she once had with Lamin and the new, uncharted territory with Kabba. Aminata's internal monologue. Aminata, sighing deeply, her thoughts racing. Why now? Just when things were finally starting to make sense. Why did Lamin have to come back? Kabba, he's been so good to me, even if it started as a lie. But Lamin, we have so much history. What do I do? The family gathering. The following weekend, Aminata's parents invite Kabba and Lamin over for a family gathering. They are unaware of the tension between the two men and believe this is just a casual dinner. The gathering takes place at the Karoma family's house, a larger, more traditional home, with a spacious living room adorned with African art and artifacts. Mrs. Karoma, cheerfully, unaware of the undercurrents. It's so nice to have both of you here. Aminata is lucky to have such strong men in her life. Mr. Karoma, nodding in agreement. Yes, but only one man can truly stand by her side. Aminata, you must choose wisely. Aminata, feeling the pressure, forcing a smile. Yes, Papa, I know. Kabba, glancing at Lamin, his tone civil but with an edge. Aminata knows she can count on me. Lamin, with a charming smile not missing a beat. And she knows I'm ready to give her the world. The revelation. As the evening progresses, the conversation turns to the future. Mrs. Karoma brings out an old family album, reminiscing about Aminata's childhood. The mood is light until an unexpected comment from Mr. Karoma changes everything. Mrs. Karoma, laughing as she flips through the album. Look at Aminata here, so small and shy. And now, she's all grown up, ready to start her own family. Mr. Karoma, smiling but suddenly serious. It's time, Aminata. We've waited long enough. You need to settle down, have children, and continue our family's legacy. Aminata, caught off guard, her heart pounding. Papa, I'm not ready yet. Lamin, seizing the moment. But with the right man by her side, she could be ready very soon. Kabba, standing up, unable to hold back. Aminata shouldn't be pressured into anything. She'll decide when she's ready. Mr. Karoma, sternly, his eyes narrowing. You speak as if you know what's best for her, Kabba. But can you provide for her? Can you give her the life she deserves? Kabba, meeting Mr. Karoma's gaze, determined. I may not have much now, but I love your daughter. Isn't that what matters most? Lamin, leaning back, smug. Love is important, Kabba, but so is security. Aminata deserves both. Aminata's decision. After the dinner, Aminata retreats to her old bedroom, the weight of her family's expectations heavy on her shoulders. Kabba and Lamin both wait outside, each hoping she will choose them. But Aminata needs to make this decision for herself, without pressure from anyone. Aminata's internal monologue. Aminata, sitting on her childhood bed looking around at the familiar surroundings. This was supposed to be simple, just a plan to get my family off my back. But now I have to choose. Kabba, Lamin, I don't even know what I want anymore. Do I follow my heart, or do I choose the safe path? The Midnight Walk. Later that night, unable to sleep, Aminata decides to take a walk to clear her head. The moon is full, casting a soft glow over the quiet streets of Freetown. She walks aimlessly, her thoughts swirling with everything that's happened. Kabba and Lamin are both on her mind, but so are her own dreams and desires, the life she wants to build for herself. Aminata's internal monologue. Aminata, walking slowly, her hands in her pockets. I can't let anyone decide my future for me, not my parents, not Kabba, not Lamin. I need to figure out what I want, what will make me happy. But why does it feel like no matter what I choose, I'm going to lose something important? The unexpected encounter. As Aminata walks, she hears footsteps behind her. She turns around, half expecting to see Kabba or Lamin, but instead she finds her childhood friend, Fatmata, who has just returned to Freetown after years of living abroad. Fatmata is surprised to see Aminata out so late, but she quickly senses that something is troubling her friend. Fatmata Conte, a tall, elegant woman in her late 20s with a warm smile and a confident demeanor. She's dressed in a simple but stylish outfit, reflecting her time spent abroad. Fatmata is a voice of reason and support for Aminata, offering a fresh perspective on her situation. Fatmata, smiling as she approaches Aminata. Aminata, is that really you? What are you doing out here so late? Aminata, surprised but glad to see her friend. Fatmata, I could ask you the same thing. When did you get back? Fatmata, hugging Aminata warmly. Just a few days ago. I've been meaning to call you, but, well, you know how it is with family. But forget that. What's going on? You look like you've got the weight of the world on your shoulders. Aminata, sighing, her voice heavy with emotion. It's a long story, Fatmata, but it's so good to see you. I could really use a friend right now. Fatmata, taking Aminata's hand, her tone serious. Let's talk, Aminata. Whatever it is, we'll figure it out together. The confession. Aminata and Fatmata walk to a nearby bench and sit down. Under the moonlit sky, Aminata opens up to her friend about everything that's happened, the fake relationship with Kabba, Lamin's sudden return, and the pressure from her parents. Fatmata listens patiently, her expression thoughtful as she processes everything. Aminata, talking quickly, the words tumbling out. It all started as a plan to keep my parents off my back. Kabba agreed to pretend to be my boyfriend, but now Lamin's back, and my parents are pressuring me to choose. I don't know what to do, Fatmata. It's all so overwhelming. Fatmata, nodding, her voice calm and reassuring. I understand, Aminata. It sounds like you've been carrying a lot on your own. But maybe this is an opportunity to figure out what you really want without anyone else's expectations weighing you down. Aminata, looking down, her voice trembling. But what if I make the wrong choice? What if I end up regretting it for the rest of my life? Fatmata, gently lifting Aminata's chin so she looks her in the eye. Life is full of tough choices, Aminata, but you're strong, and you know yourself better than anyone. Trust your heart, and don't let fear drive your decisions. The heart-to-heart. The conversation between Aminata and Fatmata continues, delving deeper into Aminata's fears and hopes. Fatmata shares her own experiences, offering insights that help Aminata see her situation from a new perspective. Their friendship, long-standing and rooted in mutual respect, becomes a source of strength for Aminata as she faces her dilemma. Fatmata, smiling, reminiscing. You know, when I was in London, I had my own share of complicated relationships. But the one thing I learned is that you can't please everyone. You have to live your life for yourself, Aminata. Aminata, nodding, feeling a bit more hopeful. You're right, Fatmata. I've been so caught up in what everyone else wants that I forgot to think about what I want. Fatmata, grinning. Exactly. And you know what? Kabba and Lamin can wait. Right now, you need to focus on you. Take some time to figure things out. Don't rush into anything just because you feel pressured. Aminata, smiling for the first time in a while. Thank you, Fatmata. You always know how to make things clearer for me. The decision. The next morning, Aminata wakes up with a clearer mind. She's decided to take Fatmata's advice and focus on herself before making any decisions about her love life. She plans to talk to both Kabba and Lamin, letting them know where she stands. As she gets ready for the day, there's a knock on her door. It's Kabba, looking concerned but hopeful. Kabba, standing at the door, hesitant. Aminata, can we talk? Aminata, smiling gently, inviting him in. Of course, Kabba. Come in. Kabba, once inside, taking a deep breath. I've been thinking a lot about what happened last night. I don't want to lose you, Aminata, but I also don't want to pressure you into something you're not ready for. Aminata, nodding, her voice steady. I appreciate that, Kabba. I've been thinking too. I need some time to figure things out, without any expectations or pressure. I care about you, but I need to do this for myself. Kabba, looking relieved, nodding. I understand. Take all the time you need. I'll be here, no matter what. Lamin's reaction. Later that day, Aminata meets with Lamin at a cafe. Lamin is confident that Aminata will choose him, but she surprises him by explaining that she needs time to focus on herself. Lamin's initial reaction is disbelief, but as Aminata calmly explains her decision, he begins to understand her need for independence. Lamin, leaning back in his chair, slightly taken aback. You're serious? You're really choosing to be on your own, instead of being with me? Aminata, nodding, her voice calm and resolute. Yes, Lamin, I need to figure out who I am and what I want before I can commit to anyone. It's not about you. Or Kabba, it's about me. Lamin, sighing, running a hand through his hair. I didn't see this coming, Aminata, but I respect your decision. Just know that I'll always be here for you whenever you're ready. Aminata, smiling softly. Thank you, Lamin. That means a lot. A new beginning. A few weeks have passed since Aminata decided to take time for herself. She's been focusing on her work, spending time with Fatmata, and reconnecting with old hobbies she had long neglected. Her apartment has become a haven of peace, filled with the soothing sounds of traditional Sierra Leonean music and the aroma of freshly cooked meals. One evening, as she sits on her balcony watching the sunset, she receives a call from an unexpected person, Kabba. Kabba on the phone, his voice warm and friendly. Hey, Aminata. I know it's been a while. How are you doing? Aminata, smiling as she leans back in her chair. I'm doing well, Kabba, just taking things one day at a time. How about you? Kabba, with a hint of hesitation. I've been thinking a lot about us, about everything. I was wondering if we could meet up, just as friends. No pressure, no expectations. I miss talking to you. Aminata, considering for a moment, then nodding to herself. I'd like that, Kabba. Let's meet at our favorite spot by the beach tomorrow evening. Kabba, sounding relieved. Great. I'll see you then. The beach reunion. The next evening, Aminata arrives at the beach, the sun dipping low on the horizon, casting a golden hue over the sand and water. She spots Kabba waiting for her near a small, cozy beachside cafe. As she walks towards him, she feels a mix of nostalgia and hope, wondering what this meeting might bring. Kabba, smiling warmly as Aminata approaches. You look beautiful, Aminata. It's really good to see you. Aminata, smiling back, feeling a sense of ease. Thank you, Kabba. It's good to see you too. This place, it brings back so many memories. Kabba, nodding, his tone thoughtful. Yeah, it does. We've been through a lot together. I just want you to know, Aminata, that no matter what happens, I'm grateful for everything. You've changed me in ways I never expected. Aminata, touched by his words. You've changed too, Kabba, and I've learned a lot about myself through all of this. I'm glad we're here now. No pretense, just us. Kabba, softly. Just us. Fatmata's surprise. After her meeting with Kabba, Aminata returns home feeling light-hearted and optimistic. The next day, Fatmata shows up at her apartment with exciting news. She's planning a weekend getaway for just the two of them, a chance to escape the city, relax, and focus on their friendship. Aminata is thrilled at the idea, eager for a change of scenery and some quality time with her best friend. Fatmata, grinning as she enters Aminata's apartment. Pack your bags, girl. We're going on a mini vacation. Aminata, laughing, surprised. What? Where are we going? Fatmata, with a playful wink. It's a surprise, but trust me, you're going to love it. Just us, a cozy little lodge by the river, and nothing to worry about for a whole weekend. Aminata, excited, already imagining the peaceful escape. That sounds amazing, Fatmata. I could really use a break. Fatmata, nodding, her voice sincere. You deserve it, Aminata. We both do. Let's make it a weekend to remember. The getaway. The weekend arrives, and Aminata and Fatmata set off for their getaway. The lodge is located in a peaceful, remote area by a river, surrounded by lush greenery and the sounds of nature. The women spend their days lounging by the water, hiking through the nearby trails, and enjoying the tranquility of their surroundings. At night, they sit by a campfire, sharing stories and laughing under the stars. Aminata, sighing contentedly as she looks up at the night sky. This is exactly what I needed, Fatmata. I feel like I can finally breathe again. Fatmata, smiling as she pokes the fire with a stick. I'm glad you're enjoying it. We've both been through a lot, and it's important to take time for ourselves. Aminata, nodding, her voice soft. You're right. This weekend, it's given me a lot of clarity. I know now that whatever happens, I'll be okay. I've got my own back. And I've got you. Fatmata, grinning, raising her cup in a toast. To us, and to the strong women we've become. Aminata, raising her cup, smiling brightly. To us. The return. After a rejuvenating weekend, Aminata and Fatmata return to Freetown, feeling refreshed and ready to face whatever comes next. Aminata is greeted with a message from Lamin, asking to meet up. She hesitates, but decides that she's ready to face him too. They agree to meet at a quiet cafe, where they can talk without interruptions. Lamin, as they sit down at the cafe, his tone gentle. I've been thinking a lot about what you said, Aminata. I understand why you need time, and I want you to know that I support your decision. Aminata, grateful for his understanding. Thank you, Lamin. I appreciate that. I'm still figuring things out, but I want us to be honest with each other. No games, no pressure. Lamin, nodding, his expression sincere. No games, Aminata. I care about you, and I want what's best for you. Whether that's with me or on your own, I'll always be here for you. Aminata, smiling softly. I'm glad to hear that. Let's take things one step at a time and see where life takes us. A new challenge. As Aminata continues to navigate her relationships with Kabba and Lamin, a new challenge arises. She receives a call from her parents, who have decided to pay her a surprise visit. They've heard rumors about her taking time off from work and want to know what's really going on. Aminata knows this visit will be difficult, but she's determined to stand her ground and assert her independence. Mrs. Karoma, on the phone, her tone concerned. Aminata, your father and I will be visiting you tomorrow. We've been hearing things, and we need to talk. Aminata, trying to stay calm. Mama, there's nothing to worry about. I'm just taking some time for myself. Mr. Karoma, in the background, his voice stern. We'll discuss this in person, Aminata. Make sure you're home when we arrive. Aminata, sighing, knowing she can't avoid the confrontation. I'll be here, Papa. We'll talk. The parental confrontation. The next day arrives with an air of anticipation. Aminata has prepared herself for the difficult conversation with her parents, though her heart still pounds with nervousness. Mr. and Mrs. Karoma arrive at her apartment in the late morning, their expressions a mix of concern and expectation. Aminata greets them warmly, but she can sense the tension in the air. Mrs. Karoma, embracing Aminata, her voice gentle but firm. Aminata, my dear, you've been so distant lately. We just want to make sure you're all right. Aminata, leading them into the living room, trying to remain composed. I'm fine, Mama. I just needed some time to think, to figure out what I want in life. Mr. Karoma, sitting down, his tone serious. And what exactly are you trying to figure out? You're not getting any younger, Aminata. It's time to settle down, start a family. Your mother and I are worried that you're losing focus. Aminata, taking a deep breath, sitting across from them. Papa, I understand your concerns, but I'm not losing focus. In fact, I'm more focused than ever. I'm making decisions for myself, not because of pressure from anyone. I want to be sure that when I do settle down, it's on my own terms, with someone who truly understands and respects me. Mrs. Karoma, exchanging a glance with her husband, her voice softening. We just want what's best for you, Aminata. We've always dreamed of seeing you happily married, with a family of your own. Aminata, smiling gently, her voice steady. And I want that too, Mama. But I need to be sure I'm making the right choices for myself. I hope you can understand that. A compromise. The conversation continues, with Mr. and Mrs. Karoma expressing their concerns and Aminata calmly explaining her need for independence. After a long discussion, they begin to see things from her perspective. Though it's not easy for them to accept, they realize that Aminata is no longer the little girl they used to guide. She's a grown woman capable of making her own decisions. Mr. Karoma, sighing, his tone softening. It's not easy for us, Aminata. We've always wanted to protect you, to guide you, but we see now that you're strong enough to guide yourself. Aminata, reaching out to take his hand, her voice filled with emotion. Thank you, Papa. That means a lot to me. I promise I'll make you proud, but I need to do this in my own way. Mrs. Karoma, smiling through tears. We'll always be here for you, Aminata. Just know that we love you, and we trust you to make the right choices. Aminata, smiling, her heart full. I love you both so much. Thank you for understanding. A new opportunity. After the heartfelt conversation with her parents, Aminata feels a renewed sense of purpose. She throws herself into her work and begins exploring new opportunities. One day, she receives an unexpected call from a renowned NGO in Sierra Leone, offering her a position as a project coordinator. The role involves traveling to different parts of the country, working with local communities on development projects, something Aminata has always been passionate about. Aminata, on the phone, her voice excited. This sounds like an incredible opportunity. I've always wanted to work in community development. When can I start? NGO representative, on the other end, their tone enthusiastic. We'd love to have you on board as soon as possible, Aminata. Your experience and passion are exactly what we need. We'll send you all the details by email. Aminata, smiling brightly. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to it. Sharing the news. Excited about her new job, Aminata can't wait to share the news with Kabba and Fatmata. They meet at their favorite cafe, where Aminata tells them about the opportunity. Both Kabba and Fatmata are thrilled for her, but Kabba can't help feeling a pang of sadness, knowing that Aminata's new job will take her away from Freetown for extended periods. Fatmata, beaming, her voice full of pride. Aminata, this is amazing. I'm so proud of you. You've always wanted to make a difference, and now you're going to be doing just that. Kabba, smiling, but with a hint of sadness in his eyes. I'm really happy for you, Aminata. This is exactly what you deserve. But I guess we won't be seeing much of each other once you start traveling, huh? Aminata, sensing his feelings, her voice gentle. I'll be away sometimes, but that doesn't mean we won't stay in touch. This job is important to me, but so is our friendship. Kabba, nodding, his smile returning. I know, and I'll be here, cheering you on, wherever you go. Preparing for the future. As the days go by, Aminata begins preparing for her new job. She packs her bags, organizes her apartment, and spends time with her loved ones before leaving. One evening, as she's packing, Lamin unexpectedly shows up at her door. He's heard about her new job and wants to talk to her before she leaves. Aminata is surprised, but agrees to let him in. Lamin, standing at the door, looking conflicted. Aminata, I heard about your new job. It's an incredible opportunity, and I'm happy for you, but I had to see you before you go. Aminata, letting him in, curious. Lamin, you didn't have to come all the way here. What's on your mind? Lamin, taking a deep breath, his tone serious. I've been doing a lot of thinking. I know I've made mistakes in the past, but I still care about you, Aminata. I don't want to lose you. Not again. Aminata, sighing, her voice calm. Lamin, I appreciate your honesty, but I'm not looking to rush into anything right now. This job, it's my priority. I need to focus on that and on myself. Lamin, nodding, his expression a mix of disappointment and understanding. I get it. I really do. I wanted you to know how I feel, but I respect your decision, and I'll be here, supporting you from afar. Aminata, smiling softly. Thank you, Lamin. That means a lot to me. A bittersweet farewell. The day of Aminata's departure arrives. Her friends and family gather at her apartment to see her off, and the atmosphere is filled with a mix of excitement and sadness. Aminata embraces each of them, feeling grateful for the support and love that surrounds her. As she leaves her apartment for the last time before starting her new job, she takes a moment to look back, knowing that this is the beginning of a new chapter in her life. Fatmata, hugging Aminata tightly, her voice emotional. I'm going to miss you so much, Aminata, but I know you're going to do amazing things out there. Aminata, smiling, tears in her eyes. I'll miss you too, Fatmata. Thank you for always being there for me. Kabba, taking her hand, his voice sincere. This isn't goodbye, Aminata. We'll see each other again soon. Just promise you'll take care of yourself. Aminata, nodding, her voice steady. I promise, Kabba. Thank you for everything. Lamin, standing a little apart, his tone quiet. Good luck, Aminata. I'll be thinking of you. Aminata, giving him a small, appreciative smile. Thank you, Lamin. I'll see you all soon. New beginnings in the field. Aminata begins her new role as a project coordinator with the NGO. Her first assignment takes her to a remote village in the eastern region of Sierra Leone, where she is tasked with helping to implement sustainable development projects. The village is nestled among rolling hills, surrounded by lush greenery and vibrant wildlife. Aminata is immediately struck by the beauty of the place and the warmth of the people. Village chief, welcoming Aminata with a broad smile. You are most welcome, Aminata. We are grateful to have someone like you here to help our community. Aminata, smiling back, her heart full. Thank you, chief. I'm honored to be here, and I'm looking forward to working with everyone. Villager, shaking her hand, his voice full of hope. We've heard great things about you, Aminata. We know you'll make a big difference here. Aminata, humbled by their faith in her. I'll do my best to live up to your expectations. Together, we can achieve great things. The challenges of leadership. As Aminata settles into her role, she quickly realizes that the work is both rewarding and challenging. She encounters resistance from some villagers who are wary of change, and she struggles with the limited resources available. But through patience, perseverance, and the support of the village elders, she begins to make progress. The projects she implements start to show results, and the community begins to see the benefits of her efforts. Elder villager, after a successful meeting. You have a good heart, Aminata. The people are beginning to trust you because they see that you care about their well-being. Aminata, grateful but aware of the challenges ahead. Thank you, Elder. It hasn't been easy, but I'm committed to this work. We still have a long way to go, but I'm confident we'll get there together. Personal growth and reflection. As months pass, Aminata's work brings about significant improvements in the village, from better access to clean water to new educational opportunities for children. But the experience also changes her on a personal level. She learns the value of humility, the importance of listening, and the strength that comes from community. She reflects on her journey and realizes how far she has come, from the uncertainty she felt in Freetown to the confidence she now has in her purpose. Aminata's internal monologue. Aminata, sitting by the river at sunset, reflecting on her journey. This work, it's given me a sense of fulfillment I never knew I needed. I thought I was finding myself, but really, I was discovering what it means to be part of something bigger than myself. My family, my friends, Kabba, Lamin, they were all part of that journey. And now, I know that whatever the future holds, I'm ready to face it with an open heart. A return to Freetown. After completing her first major project in the village, Aminata returns to Freetown to visit her family and reconnect with Kabba and Fatmata. She's welcomed back with open arms, and they spend an evening together, catching up on everything that's happened. Kabba and Aminata share a quiet moment where they both realize that while their paths have diverged, their friendship has grown stronger. Kabba, sitting with Aminata on the porch, his tone reflective. You've changed, Aminata. There's a confidence in you now that I've never seen before. Aminata, smiling softly. I've learned a lot about myself, Kabba, and about what really matters in life. I'm grateful for everything we've been through. It's all part of the journey. Kabba, nodding, with a hint of sadness but also pride. I'm proud of you, Aminata. I always will be. And no matter where life takes us, you'll always have a friend in me. Aminata, reaching out to hold his hand. Thank you, Kabba. That means the world to me. The moral lesson. As Aminata's journey comes full circle, she realizes that life is not about finding the perfect path, but about embracing the journey itself, full of twists, turns, challenges, and growth. She has learned that true fulfillment comes from knowing who you are, what you stand for, and being willing to take risks for what you believe in. She understands now that love and relationships are not about who you choose, but about how you grow together, supporting each other's dreams while pursuing your own. Aminata's final reflection. Aminata, thinking back on her journey as she walks through the familiar streets of Freetown. I thought I needed to choose between Kabba and Lamin, between love and independence. But what I really needed was to choose myself, to find my own path. The love and support of others is important, but it's the love you have for yourself that guides you through life. In the end, it's not about who stands by your side, but about standing strong on your own. That's the lesson I'll carry with me, wherever this journey takes me next. Aminata's story is a testament to the power of self-discovery, the importance of staying true to oneself, and the strength that comes from embracing life's challenges. She learned that happiness and fulfillment are not found in others, but in the choices we make for ourselves. As she continues her journey, she knows that no matter what lies ahead, she has the courage, wisdom, and strength to face it head on. The true essence of life is not in the choices others make for you, but in the choices you make for yourself. True happiness comes from knowing who you are and being true to that self, even when the path is uncertain. Love, friendship, and success are not about finding the perfect person or situation, but about growing through every experience and standing strong in your own truth. Thank you for listening to our story, Baby Daddy for Hire. We hope you enjoyed Aminata's journey of love, self-discovery, and the challenges of life. If this story resonated with you, please don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and comment below with your thoughts. We'd love to hear how Aminata's story has inspired you. Make sure to subscribe to the African Voice TAV channel and click the notification bell so you never miss an upload. We have more inspiring stories coming your way that explore the complexities of life, love, and the pursuit of happiness. Stay tuned and thank you for being part of our community.